Alrighty, welcome back to the CCS Sidelines Sports Invitational presented by Sidelines Sports Network in partnership with the Collegiate Conference. I'm joined back with Wolfie to on our final game of the night to decide who goes seventh place game, or the first place game, sorry, and the third place game tomorrow afternoon. Wolfie, how's it going?
It's going well, and I think after that last game, it's only getting better. And I think for us to have a great way to cap the night off, this is exactly where we want to be. I feel for Arizona State, this is a game where they may be able to come out here and try to get some big goals going, especially here early. But in the best of five series nation, both these two teams are looking to really start off here quickly. So I think the people at home are going to be in for a show.
I agree. And Arizona State stunned ranked San Diego State earlier, so they're coming off a massive win. Their tournament resumes right now, LA Tech defeated, forgot who they beat earlier, but I guess they beat FAU. Not that high of a quality. Women are still playing for a chance. Arizona State, a win for LA Tech would track all the way come April. But we'll think all the players here. We go ahead and get out of the field for game one.
Let's get going. I think everyone at home is also saying the same thing. Let's start it off. Let's get the first 5 minutes cranking because this one going to be another banger series for the night.
Game one, our final game of the best of fives tonight. Championship Sunday tomorrow here at the Sideline Sports Invitational presented by the Sideline Sports Network. Wolfie, it's been a fun tournament so far. Everything's been pretty smooth. 2 through the course night, so it's been a fun night.
You know, it's been smooth here, Nation, and I think this is where, for these players, they've been doing a great job of really putting on some great games here tonight. I know we've seen some massive upsets, some massive defeats, but I think tonight, this one, I'm going to go get game 5. This is where we're going to excite ourselves. We're going to see at least 2 overtimes in this series.
LA Tech's been fast and always dominated teams below them, but they've always kind of either played really, really close, really far away from teams that are better than them. And oh my goodness, what a save there. Crouton barely going to keep that ball out of harm's way. LA Tech nearly saw themselves go one.
Arizona State has that magic. You talked about the upset earlier. That is what they're made out of. This team is getting it done tonight, and that's a great way to do it early.
Great statement early. LA Tech has to continue their presence here, Wolfie, in game number 1 and make a statement in this opening moment here. But the first 60 seconds of frame 1, I mean, it's not a bad start for LA Tech.
No, not at all. And I think for LA Tech, you're seeing them be the aggressors here early. And, you know, what we've seen here so far tonight is allow for your offense to kind of speak for itself. I understand defense wins championships, but right now it's just been huge shots after huge shots from the games that we've witnessed. And I think this one going to have to be the same. But 3:40 into it, we haven't seen a goal yet, but Patrick says, give me a second there. This one going to come in for the boys from Arizona State.
Bad touch off the backboard. Get straight open net. ASU, 3.5 to go. And the Sun Devils on the board first.
Yeah, and this is where they said, hey, pitchforks up, boys. Let's go out there. We're going out for a hunt. We need to find a way to really capitalize here early. But, you know, for LA Tech, last time I saw this one, I believe it was last semester, so it's been some time. And I'm interested to see how this team really gets going. And I think for themselves, going down 1 goal, potentially 2, as a late save there in net, not going to allow it. It's a good wake-up call, this team, knowing they're going to have to get going here quickly.
Here's one coming off a big win over 15th ranked San Diego State earlier on tonight with ESAP on that roster. Oh, by the way, dominated start to finish against the Aztecs, and they're also underway over on the B stream against FAU, but Eb's going to find a second for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, Eb right now just able to get it done, and the Sun Devils, you see them, they're playing with house money, and they're going all in. This team here in game number 1 can't do no wrong here in the first half. Great job here for Arizona State. You know, they say it's a big party school, and they're trying to see themselves partying tonight, trying to move on to tomorrow.
Last season, beat Colorado, their only loss all semester, out before the national tournament where they fell to Akron in Game 6. But prior to that, I mean, Arizona State is a team that we're going to watch in Big 12 play. They were a solid team, a lot of fun to watch once conference play comes around with a whole bunch of top teams in that Big 12 situation.
Well, you know, 165 teams, and only a couple can get their names called at the end. And Eb right now say, keep calling my name there, boys. This is going to go for the 3rd goal on his 2nd here early.
185 teams. So a whole bunch of teams getting for 64 spots in the CCS championship. But Only one shall be crowned total victors come April, but a long clear after that's over the last defender. It's good for the first Bulldog goal.
Make it look easy, you know, for the Dogs right now. Showing that they have some fangs, got to growl a little bit, all bark, and a big bite there. That's going to be able to bite out of this lead, but you're still down 2 goals. At least you got it with 2:30 remaining, but I would say in this next kickoff, you need no longer than 60 seconds to grab this next goal if you're hoping for a comeback.
100%. Jazz trying to find it here. Couldn't do so to commit, though. Has no help until later on. Judo left alone. This ball back in the hands of ASU. An open target makes it 4-1 again.
And that's unfortunate just there on the counterattack. You see Jazz kind of just staying there in the back line with too little of boost. On his rotation back, just couldn't get there in time. That just leaves an open goal. Arizona State able to capitalize on a mistake, puts himself right up by 3 right now, 2:14 remaining, and they're looking stellar.
Minutes to go. Number 1 in LA Tech. I mean, gotta find a response. Bulldogs, ASU already established themselves in control and quality this season. So, I mean, LA Tech gotta find a way to answer back with pressure of their own. It's the pace of play currently heavily favoring ASU.
Oh, ASU right now, you're seeing the confidence. They almost had a team pinch come through. They're dialing it up. They're saying, let's throw the kitchen sink at them early. Let's try to see if we can get a big demoralizing win. But, you know, for Louisiana Tech, Louisville Tech, this is not where you thought everything was going to come out here in game number 1. Maybe you're saying it's a game, the best of 5 here in game number 1. Let's try to play a little possum. Let's see what we can really get going for ourselves. But, you know, did you expect a 3-goal deficit here this quickly?
I mean, definitely not. I mean, I was pre-jump from minute 20 to go, but LA Tech are coming off a win over FAU, who probably is lowest rated team in the tournament. But again, you're still a chance to pick up a huge quality victory for ASU, but you gotta find a way to respond. That's essentially how this is going to be. I mean, you gotta find a way to get back in this series, make a statement of your own, and show ASU you're not going to go down without a fight.
Ebb trying to continue throwing some more punches onto the side of LA Tech, as this one will just be cleared out. Final 50 seconds here in game number 1. It's been all the Sun Devils here. They've been able to command a lead, command the game, command the pace, and so far command the series, as this team right now trying to make their name known. And it's been a great way to watch them here early, but can they continue sustaining this level of pace right now? Everybody's watching to see them. You're seeing that this is a big new team in the Big 12, and this team trying to show it, as that goal won't be able to go with 25 remaining, but this team has been showing the offensive prowess.
Last season, 12, and got to the Big 12 semifinal where they fell to Iowa State in Game 7 overtime. Almost pulled the center there and got to the final, but they've got a lot to prove this season. Boldly, there's a chip on their shoulder. They made it to the Elite 8 last season. They want to go further than that.
Well, they're showing why they can. What a game here in the first one of the best of 5. Ebb grabbing the MVP here early, and this team, I think in total, I love the fact and how well they're able to get it going. 3 assists to their name. Everybody on the squad grabbing 1. It's showing how well they're starting to set everybody up, utilizing their own skill and capitalizing on the mistakes that we're seeing from LA Tech. This team right now is rolling at a great clip.
Up they are. Game 2 about to get underway here. Wolfing, after 5 minutes, early thoughts and projections, what we need for LA Tech and what we let's see out of LA Tech moving forward. Is there any signs of life that they at least showed they can hold here?
I'll at least get a little more aggressive. You know, you might want to start allowing yourself in the off-ball presence, allow for some bump plays. If you go for an assist, allow for yourself in the back line to get a quick touch on the opposition, try to help your teammate out. You haven't seen too many easy goals. Try to make this game a little easy for yourself, as well as control boost. Allow for that boost management to be on your pace. Arizona State, they're too good of players to allow themselves to have too much to work with.
5. We're here. Number 2, and right now AS had an early lead. LA Tech got hold for now, an own goal. Patrick credited 1-0.
You know, I went to go check chat for a second, and that second, all they needed. Arizona State from the heavens. Patrick coming in says, I am him. I can get it done. Arizona State finds himself with a lead once again here early.
4:15 to go, just 45 off the clock. LA Tech still 5-0 run for Arizona State after one goal from LA Tech last game. And something's got to give if you're the Bulldogs.
Well, something's got to give, and it has to be the Arizona State defense right now. But if they're not going to make the mistakes, force them to make the mistakes. This is a great chance that they have right now to try to really find a way to get it done. And for Arizona State, game number 1, go up, win this game by 3-0, and just say, boys, we're not going to stop. Show them that this is going to be a long night for them, but make it a quick one in terms of the series length.
Gonna have to go Jazz off the backboard, left alone by Crouton, and clears deep control on the blue side for Patrick and company. We'll be 90 seconds into this. LA Tech just have no sense of thought of what's gone wrong and how they can adjust.
No, not at all. And this one just kind of feels like it's lagging a little bit, but that one gonna try to shake things up, playing to his own music, his own rhythm. Jazz off a beautiful pass, gets himself the first goal here to tie things up.
Laynad gonna find the assist there. 8th play in game. Arizona State looking 2-0 start. This best of 5, trying to get to the first place game where Ohio State awaits the winner.
And I think Ohio State, this is a team, you saw themselves take so much pride in everything they do in their program, saw themselves get a national championship, now trying to see if they can get a CCS championship. And, this is where I think a lot of schools here that want to be able to claim that #1 spot, and you're starting to see the competitive start to go through season after season. Is a good long clear here by Louisiana. Can't get too much of this one off the backboard.
The last season, that was Ohio State's first season. Second, and they completely missed the conference tournament. They placed 10th out of these 16 Big Ten teams. They didn't even get to the playoff. They've got a lot to prove this season, but hey, a first place game appearance here in the Sidelines Sports Invitational is a heck of a way to start your second campaign.
Second campaign, and this one, we're in the second half of this game number 2. First half of action, all equal. Let's stay the same here. As you know, I predicted 2 overtimes here, Nation. I'm expecting this game to be the one that where we see it. I think these defenses both try to just see what they can get going. Back in that first game, and it looks like Ebb said, hold your breath, Wolfie, OT. We just need some more time, and this one going to go for the second goal.
2:14 to go, 2-1. The Sun Devils back in front, and Arizona State feeling it. Pitchforks up, Wolfie, here in game 2. Get your forks up if you're an ASU fan.
Oh, you have to feel that energy right now. And Arizona State right now grab the lead in a beautiful moment. We knew that this team was just kind of biding their time, but great job in the midst of just a stall in the game. Kind of just use that lapse on the defense and just found a way to capitalize quickly. But 2 minutes into it, this is where LA Tech have to show that they can be able to retaliate. They can react to Patrick, reacting to the great save there. Potentially could have knotted this one up.
Save 2 for the defense to keep this game within 1. It's LA Tech. That's one you're going to want back later. A botch shot, open net there. That one had to fall for ASU. And LA Tech get lucky by grace, but it's still a 1-goal difference.
Sometimes you'd rather be better than lucky there, but that one, all the luck in the world helped the defense out. That could have put this game potentially out of reach. LA Tech's having a tough time to score, and I do feel 2 goals is going to be the difference right now. If you find a way to just get one more here for Arizona State, you can potentially just shut the door off here and go 2-0 in the series.
Team SRSC, thank you for the raid. We appreciate it for now joining us. It's our last game of the night. LA Tech going to strike 2-all with the Sidelines Sports Invitational, partner with the Collegiate Conference Series during Week 1's non-conference schedule. It's 2-2, 109 to go. Ohio State awaits the winner in the first place game tomorrow between our match here.
They saw the red and they said, let's make this interesting. This one, 69 seconds remaining, all knotted up. Nation, overtime. I'm still saying it. It's going to be here.
About a minute away from that, LA Tech's still going to hold off a couple more ASU attacks. I'd assume maybe create some attack of their own to maybe give an offense a chance here. Almost someone there forward could have had a give and go opportunity to strike and close this in regulation. Because I'm sure they don't want to go to overtime themselves. They'd rather win here in regulation. Laynad fires wide. 44 to go.
No, LA Tech absolutely does not want to go to OT. I think that's a position where it's saying, let's get an OT, let's get it in regulation. Let's not allow ourselves to make this even more of an adrenaline rush for ourselves. But 30 seconds remaining, Arizona State trying to get one more attack here. And what do you think has the advantage potentially in an overtime if this doesn't have to a goal in the next 20 seconds?
perfect in overtime all night long. I mean, I would expect them to stay perfect, but Layden delivers a dagger. 3-2, 11 seconds.
And that one, they said they could stay perfect in OT. We're not even gonna get there. This one gonna come out of the rafters. Beautiful assist here. Nobody in the back line. Is that gonna end it? Will that be it, or are we gonna see one more? Or this series going to 1-1?
You never know. I mean, at this point, 8 seconds left.
Never know.
I think overtime is not gonna happen, Wolfie. Maybe something, a miracle here. This ball is killed. Game 2 goes to LA Tech.
Well, not all predictions are supposed to come true, at least not this series, but we knew it was going to at least go to 5, and we're in the position to do so. 1-1 series now here.
According to game 3, the Wolfie, we're seeing 1-1, 10 minutes.
Electrifying, to say the very least. It's one where I didn't think Louisiana Tech had the juice there in game number 2 to finish it off, just the way Arizona State was kind of playing, but they proved me wrong, and that's exactly what I'm looking for from a team. I've only seen this team, I believe, one time before, and I didn't get to see too much. It was too long ago, and now they're saying, welcome, Wolfie, to the new look of LA Tech. We're going to show you what we're about, as that was a great chance, especially not to go and potentially a match point. Arizona State, can they be able to retaliate? Can they come back? A lot of question marks, but they're soon to answer it.
20 seconds into this one, and I think for me the biggest thing, LA Tech's defense has dealt with some struggles early with Arizona State. I mean, they have been lights out offensively. They've had a lot of great looks. They've been perfect on their offensive chances as well. Created looks themselves naturally. LA Tech has not really done so in that category all that well, and they get opportunities that offer mistakes, but they got to create more chances naturally through their own offense.
And this is where I feel for Arizona State to that lack right now. You ask for a nation, can they get it? Almost. The assist play is going to be a major factor before that one came through. And, I feel they just need to find a way to stretch this field, find the gaps in this defense, especially in the open field, but don't allow for that third man to kind of creep on up too much. They've done a good job on their defensive side of not giving LA Tech too much to work with, but that can just open up in a second. I think for LA Tech, 2 goals is all you need to take this one to go up in this series.
Blocking it by Judo Senpai. That clear broken up by the midfielder there, and 3.5 to go. Ebb on target. Lanead will fire that one wide out of harm's way. First 90 seconds have been very telling for the ASU offense.
It has been. I think for ASU, you see a bit of a crack right now. But the hardest thing to do is be consistently great, especially in Rocket League. The stamina, especially your competitive stamina, something that really gets tested and drained quickly, and you have to find a way to come up and play at every minute, every level, and it's hard to do so, Nation. These players are some of the best in the college scene, and to continue always going right back at it and throwing yourself at a wall, it gets tiresome. Are they tired, or can they fix this?
Still plenty of time to go. They can fix it for sure, but 2:50 to play. Both teams still neck and neck at 0-0. Game number 3 coming to a halfway point here, and still no real answer out of either side.
Well, we've seen the first half in most of our games that we watch kind of speed a little slower than expected. And this one is the same right now. And I'm not expecting too many goals right now. I feel another 2-1 victory is potentially in the midst. Shoot, the way this is going, we might only see 1 goal the rest of the day, but it's showing how well this defense is starting to understand it. That's the one thing I was hoping to see from both these two teams, is just those adjustment periods. And, we knew that's going to come out for some big goals, big opportunities, but can you take away those big chances when they come to really ward off a team, and more importantly, demoralize the offense to say, hey, you're not going to get through us no matter what you can do. But 2 minutes, LA Tech trying to just get something going here.
Drop down pass, the shot's good, in a beautiful situation there. Comes to a goal for LA Tech, 1:59, and what a start to the second half for LA Tech.
And the Judo Senpai just showing off his moves there. Great job, Jazz showing off. 0-1, LA Tech saying, hey, we knew what we needed to come out to do. We're willing to be patient, and that's a huge goal to at least give them the lead here.
Now playing with fire. Gonna hold the line for the next minute 30, and that shot also a huge save. Patrick rebound is broken up by Chaz. Last 100 ticks, Wolfie. What's got to hold if you're LA Tech here? Arizona State now trying to break through the wall that's been LA Tech's defense the last 3.5 minutes.
The one thing that scares me is when Arizona State offense just says, heck of it. We're just going to throw everything at them. We're going to throw everybody at you. Can you handle this pace of play? I think that's going to be the difference if you're Arizona State. Speed it up. Make LA Tech make the mistake right now. You know that you feel you're the better team. Show it out with some confidence. They've been lagging a bit. They've just been in their back heels. Let's see if they can get on their tippy toes and start sprinting.
107 to go here. LA Tech to try to create a 2-1 match lead here over Arizona State, which this will be a monumental win for this season for LA Tech, and this very well carry the April come tournament selection week.
Well, final 50 seconds. Will we see another big win to put them up here 2-1 and get them one game away of taking this best-of-5 series? You said Ohio State's waiting in the wings, and you know they're taking notes off of this series.
Tennessee gets the loser of this tomorrow night in the third place game, and Ohio State will play the winner in the first place game tomorrow night at 9 and 10 Eastern. Yap shot doesn't fall, and Jazz a big save keeps LA Tech within one.
And what a save there. Jazz just seems to be putting up big plays when they need it. Yes, in that last shot, Senpai kind of was playing a big factor on the assist play, but when Jazz, especially in that last game that they were able to take, when he starts getting going, this team just sees that they flip a switch. They play so much better, and this game was one to show for it. But final second, will we see a late dramatics? No, we will not. That one, Louisiana Tech puts themselves one game away from taking the series. We're going to game 4.
And LA Tech one win away from pulling off yet another stunning upset here. Sidelines Sports Invitational. Game 4 about to get underway here, Wolfie, and 6 total shots for LA Tech, just 1 singular goal, 11 total shots for ASU, not a single goal out there, 8 saves for LA Tech, which meant 3 of those went unsaved and out of harm's way. But LA Tech, I mean, you hold on tight to a 1-goal margin, you're not comfortable winning by 1 in the game.
Testing.
Hello?
Nation?
There. Got you. Back.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Switching mics here. Heard we had some issues with the other one, so hopefully my Elgato kind of gives them some action. But the action here from LA Tech, we were talking about it. Nation, I think for LA Tech right now, in game number 4, you just have to just find a way to get that first goal the way you've done. Arizona State doesn't look too comfortable when they're having to play from a deficit. And to that avail, Arizona State has to find a way in the same sense. First goal is going to be the biggest goal for either of these teams.
And it is 4:36 to play here in the game number 4. And LA Tech, you want to get out of this series as fast as you can, obviously. Win this game and pull the center now. That's obviously, the opponent's preferred option. You don't have to go to game 5 and give very big a chance.
No, and I think game 5 plays to Arizona State. I think this team is kind of just hurt a little bit. They got hit in the mouth in an all-out brawl, 2 heavyweights coming to play, and I think they just lost their air. Arizona State with a win here could just put them right back into their corner saying, hey, we're back into this. Reset, goldfish mentality. Don't worry about what's happened. Look about what has. And that one has been one of the best goals we've had here all night. A highlight clip here. It took 1 minute and 4 seconds, but welcome in the action.
LA Tech will be trying to make sure that they don't lose what has already been done. 356 and under. I mean, ASU got a huge win over SCSU, and now LA Tech about to stun Arizona State right back.
And just like college basketball, Nation, upsets is what makes it great. And we're seeing that right now here in the CCS. What action could you have wanted, ladies and gentlemen? Chat, let's see it. Let's hear it. Can Arizona State find a way to come back, or is LA Tech gonna check the box in the winners column? Judo Senpai trying to set something up here. We'll just try to rotate back, but does able to snag boost there in the corner. With a good 50, puts this one towards mid.
Crazy fun to watch through the upswing last season at the tournament. 15-seeded Texas knocked off 2-seed Iowa State in the first round, and a couple other lower kind of area range upsets occurred. California 12-seed reverse swept South Carolina. We've had upsets already in our first edition, the 64-team bracket. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for that. But you talk about upsets, I think that's what makes everything fun. The Collegiate Rock League, and we're bringing this aspect to collegiate. Oh my, that's a goal! Oh boy, Patrick, a huge save, and the rebound is denied.
3 letters. Wow. WOW. That was crazy. We thought that was it. And what a job there by Patrick. Coming in the last second, gets his car right in front of it, denies it. And even with Jazz coming trying to put the second attempt in, the denial, the Matumbo finger wag there says not today, as LA Tech gonna have to rework for one. But this one, is this going to be the final half of Rocket League? LA Tech currently leading 1-0, trying to close it. Arizona State can't get it. A small trickler, but Jazz able to play the sweet music of defense to pull it away.
2:10 to go, and LA Tech last season got just the tournament round of 64 exit to Grand Canyon in 6 total games. Arizona State and got to the national quarterfinals. They advanced very far. 2-minute warning. You're in game number 4. LA Tech 2 minutes away from a massive win that'll track all the way to April.
And it really feels that a second goal could be the difference here. One more, LA Tech can potentially say, hey, doors closed, come again. As that one, is the prophecy going to come true? The second goal coming in from a familiar face. This one has been all team plays. LA Tech showing it off.
2-0, 142 to play. Louisiana Tech, the Bulldogs. 100 seconds. My first place game appearance with Ohio State. And Opie, what a win this will be for LA Tech.
It really can be, but you know, one goal could really change it. Arizona State, you hear talking. Let's see if they're listening. They say, hey, no, everyone's counting us out now. I think this team plays better when they're the underdog, and right now they really are underdogs. That one almost finding itself in for the 3rd goal, and that potentially would have just been goodbye, see you later.
1:10 to go. LA Tech have done everything textbook style will be since the end. I mean, they were blown out in the first game. That was bad. But after that, they made the right adjustments. They responded well through adversity, and they have fought back, and thread here in this series. They've done a stellar job of that as well. I mean, you got to give them props. I mean, they have fought so hard to get here, but it's 2-1, 50 seconds. ASU get within 1.
Oh, don't you sound the alarm just yet. Arizona State back in it. We have some dramatics here, ladies and gentlemen.
56 to go. Can LA Tech hold on to force the upset? Stay tuned to find out. 45 left. You got to get something soon, though, if you are the Sun Devils. And you, for sure, as Tech, can't give up something here to LA Tech.
Well, and this is where LA Tech, that second goal is just playing in itself. Having this lead, especially here late, I think Arizona State has the juice, especially like you said, how great they are in overtime. LA Tech just has to play keep away for 20 more seconds.
I think Game 5 favors Arizona State, so LA Tech needs to make sure they lock this in right now, because momentum would shift right back to ASU if they score again and get this to 5. So this defensive hold has to be perfect here.
And what was a chance gets taken away. Judo Senpai, will he finally go for himself? Jazz gonna steal it there, puts himself onto the scoreline. What a match this was. Arizona State unable to grab it, but the boys from LA Tech showing off the range, showing off the bronze, and showing off a win as the Bulldogs taking a huge one here.
When it tracks all the way to tournament time, Wolfie, and what a win it is for LA Tech. Arizona State fall just short. Go back to picture and here, and we got SCSU and FAU tied in game right now. It's almost, they're about to be a Aztecs that'll close the night. But Wolfie, I mean, what a night it was.
Yeah, and it's not over here, ladies and gentlemen. We still have till tomorrow 4 more matches to find out who gets it done. But I think that Arizona State Tennessee matchup is going to be a great one. I know we're seeing the lowers, but I think that's one where Arizona State's going to have a little bit of redemption for themselves. I think they have a bitter taste in their mouth. I feel they should have won this game, but Louisiana Tech got Ohio State. You got to get gearing up. You showed yourself to just say, hey, it doesn't matter who's in front of us. We're going to take down big teams, even if they have momentum on their side. But the Bulldogs, they get the job done here.
Just knocked off 3-0 over FAU, which means they're scheduled for tomorrow. And with the 7th place game, FAU versus Louisville at 7 Eastern, SCSU versus UConn at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Arizona State looking like the first place. LA Tech versus Ohio State.
Well, it's going to be some fun action, Nation. Everybody at home, I think, gearing up for a long day. And I think everyone here behind the scenes is excited to see what's going to transpire.
I think so, too. And I get that last game at 10 Eastern, and right after we close with the Week 1 game of the week, Arizona takes on Florida. A huge Week 1 non-conference game at 11 Eastern tomorrow night, right after first place game wraps up here. But Wolfie, me and Wolfie on the call. We're going to go to break. We'll see you guys tomorrow for more CCS Sidelines Sports Invitational action.